Hey, another week. Feels like I missed a week, but this is 1-7, first week in hip hop of 2017. I don't have my microphone yet again. Good way to start off the year. Kind of tired today, so I'm going to try to just bang this out. Hope I'm not getting sick or something. It was a good week. Let's look at it. Pharrell and Anderson .Paak say they are getting in the studio together. That is a match made in heaven. Anderson .Paak, if you've listened to this podcast, you know that he was probably my favorite artist of the year in terms of how hard he worked, man. This dude impressed the shit out of me. It felt like Malibu was so long ago now. Now that I've sat with the album and replayed it all year long, and then he had all these features and No Worries, and he is touring, and the dude, he's an absolute monster. Anderson .Paak, and Pharrell is just like, oh my god, like I can't even imagine how great of music that they're gonna put out. It's just Pharrell is such an insane influence in music, and he deserves every bit of greatness that comes towards him. Pharrell is just next level, man. He always has been. And he was actually Anderson .Paak was on Pharrell's whatever that he interviews people on. I watched like the 9-minute clip that they had, but what's that? Is that on like Apple Music or something? I don't even know. Really good interview though, and can't wait to hear what they have in store for us. Shots fired. Lil Yachty does the Soulja Boy challenge. All right, now I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I watched the video, but I don't understand what the fuck this is about. I don't know what the Soulja Boy challenge is. I'm 24 years old, and although I'll admit I'm not trying to play the character of someone who's like, oh, I'm so old, I can't keep up with this. But honestly, I'm getting to the point where there are a lot of things I cannot keep up with anymore. I don't know what this means. I don't get this Soulja Boy challenge. I don't know what that is. I think it's just mocking Soulja Boy. Like Lil Yachty was just mocking like an interview Soulja Boy had. I think that's what it is. Lil Yachty's a funny dude, but can we just... Why is Soulja Boy like a name again? Why has... This dude has somehow pushed his way back into people talking about him. And that is insane to me. I don't understand... Because he hasn't really put out any songs that have actually stuck with people or things that people are listening to. So how did he manage to do this? I think... And it's just like... You know, there's this whole thing with Yachty and whatever. I guess that's happening. I remember there was some beef with them a couple months ago or something. And now he's going to fight Chris Brown. And even branching off that, there's all these other rappers who say they're going to fight each other. But I think Soulja Boy's just going to crash down. I think, he's just feeding off of all this negativity. And eventually the universe will respond back to him and just shut him down. I think the last call for this will be the Chris Brown fight, because I was watching that video of Chris Brown's fighting versus Soulja Boy's training, and it was just insane. Because it's like, I don't know, I don't give a fuck about either Chris Brown or Soulja Boy. But the thing is, I respect both of them in the sense that they earned the spot. I mean, come on, Soulja Boy has hits, man. The dude is a genius when it comes to that. I mean, the way that he just made everyone start talking about him again, based off no work criteria, let alone actual good material that he's put out in the past decade. But people have still started talking about him somehow. And then Chris Brown, of course, is like an insanely talented guy, minus all the whatever that he's done in the past. But his talent speaks for himself. So it's like, you know, you gotta respect both Chris Brown and Soulja Boy in that sense. But it's like, at the same time, I don't give a fuck. And I mean, I'm gonna watch the fight if it happens, just cause it's like, I've never watched two rappers fight. I don't think that's like actually a scheduled fight, like a boxing sort of match. Regardless, I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. Chance the Rapper, Wu-Tang, Danny Brown at Governor's Ball. Check out my podcast where I talked about that whole lineup. Just search for it. New Migos album titled Culture, dropping January 27th. I never listened to a Migos project before. When I first started actually getting into the trappier kind of subgenre of hip-hop, like this was probably 2012, I'll just throw on Pandora, like Chief Keef Radio, and Migos would pop up here and there, and they were the first kind of rappers that I can remember, at least, that I heard rap with that like style, you know, like just super like fast, and they all rapped like that, and it was just like, Jesus Christ, and the beat and the hi-hats, and it's just so all over the place when you first hear it that it's just like, what the fuck is this shit? But I've always liked Migos in the sense that they put out songs like that like they just fit the kind of style that I was trying to listen to at the time when I was like working out, so it was just perfect. And I never listened to a Migos project, but I don't think I will listen to it. Maybe I will. I just have no intentions on listening to it, but I do like a few of their songs, so I'm not saying that they're bad. I just have no desire to actually just go out of my way and listen to it, but I probably will, since I seriously have no other rap albums right now on my radar for this year. I don't know if it's just slow right now because it's the beginning of the year, but usually there's a few people planned. I actually saw Lupe is going to drop something, but for some reason I'm not really desired to listen to that either. But anyway, speaking of Migos, they dropped a fresh new video, song titled T-Shirt, and I just watched this, and it is a tight-ass fucking video, man. These dudes, holy shit, man, their outfits are insane, their jewelry is insane, and my favorite are their glasses. I need a pair of those glasses, man. The way that just the whole video was just so nice looking, you know. It was just shot really well, and their clothes are just incredible looking. These dudes are fresh. There's just no denying it. And those girls were sexy as fuck. And Migos, they just know what they're doing. Migos are great guys. But the only thing I can think of now is the Three Amigos from Atlanta. That episode was so fucking good. I need to rewatch that. That was a good episode. Eminem once tested Kendrick Lamar to make sure he didn't use ghostwriters. That is insanely interesting. I guess Eminem had called in Kendrick into this is based off a quote that someone said in the article. Eminem called in Kendrick to the studio because he was hearing so much good things about Kendrick, and then it was just Eminem and Kendrick in the studio, and then Eminem said, yeah, I want you to write a verse here, but you can't have anyone else come into the studio, so it would just be Kendrick writing that verse on the spot, pretty much, just to test and see if he had a ghostwriter, because Eminem, I guess, thought that Kendrick had a ghostwriter, and then when Kendrick came up for the verse, which I guess was that one song from Marshall Mathers LP 2 that Kendrick was featured on, and Love Game, is that what it's called? And Eminem liked the verse, and it proved to him that Kendrick was quote-unquote one of the best. And that is a really crazy story. If that is actually all 100% true, that's pretty fucking awesome. And I think it's cool that Eminem like knows his place in hip-hop and be like, I can test someone like Kendrick, who is also considered one of the best and highly respected right now in the game. And I think that's cool. Frank Ocean's mom asked him to crop a singer's vocals off of the song Godspeed after the singer made homophobic comments. That's interesting as well. I think it's more interesting that Frank Ocean's mom is on Twitter, and that's just weird to me. And she tweeted it out. She tweeted this, that she asked Frank via Twitter if they could crop out whoever sings on the Godspeed song towards the end, that singing towards the end when it's just really quiet, but it's mostly just her singing. I guess she said some homophobic comments in what looked like a church. I didn't really look too deep into it. I think I saw the video, but then I don't know. It's whatever. And I feel like that would be interesting too if they updated the album without her vocals on it or something, just like Life of Pablo. If all of a sudden we see an updated version of Blonde and just like some other vocalist, that'd be interesting. Chief Keef new mixtape called 2017. That it just hit me that is the year 2017 spelled out as 2017. Last Chief Keef project I listened to was Finally Rich. I think that's what it's called. And the one with Love Sosa on it. And that's really the only one that I have planned to listen to. I actually listened to one of his other mixtapes, but no desire to go back to it. I don't know, man. Chief Keef is legendary, but there's just no, maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me that has no desire to go back to any of these projects. I mean, I'm kind of drifting away from the whole hip-hop thing, but it's like my heart, you know. It's like the music I grew up with, and I love talking about it, and I love being involved in the discussion of it, but there are some artists, though. I don't think I'm really fading away from hip-hop too much in terms of the actual music and desire to be listening to these people's projects, but there's always been that gap of me just not wanting to listen to someone like Migos, for example, an album of theirs, or Chief Keef, for example. So, but I mean, when the time comes, I'll probably review it and talk about it, just because I'm trying to get into this. I'm trying to really embrace it, you know, and have something to fucking talk about. Watch Kanye record Smuckers in a clip from Tyler, the Creator's documentary. I didn't watch the clip. I did watch Tyler and A$AP Rocky freestyling in the studio, which I think is also from the documentary. I'm gonna just wait till the documentary drops to watch this, because I feel like it'll be an even better thing, and I can talk about the documentary then. But that's awesome that Tyler documented all of this. I'm pretty sure during this cherry bomb era, he documented a lot, maybe even prior to that, which would be awesome. But Tyler is just killing it. It's insane. It's insane to me that Tyler has killed it so much, just because it's like, I remember when I first heard Bastard, and Bastard was like on the rise. Actually, I learned a couple months ago that Bastard came out 2009. And I think I heard Bastard late 2010, so I was a little tiny bit late, but I think I was one of the more earlier people to the whole Odd Future thing. And it's just crazy to see Tyler's growth throughout the years. So I'm really excited for this documentary. I back up everything that Tyler does, just because I do believe he's a genius. Another Migos song called Call Casting. I didn't listen to that. Houston's classic hip-hop station, Boom 92, becomes a generic pop station. That's interesting. I didn't even read about that. I guess they used to play a bunch of classic Southern hip-hop. Wait. Oh, they played a lot of Tupac, Biggie. I mean, what are you gonna do, man? The thing is, radio itself is kind of dying in a way. I mean, it's weird. It's weird how it works. It kind of fluctuates. You think that radio would be dead by now in the way that things were going, like a classic kind of radio that you actually tune in on your radio and listen to a station or something. But even this post mentioned satellite radio, Spotify, and whatever. I mean, Some things I would think of the other kind of radios like Pandora or anything like that. But I think, radio is just, people have to adjust. These radio stations just are forced to adjust now to like, all right, well, not only is there a insanely low amount of people listening to radio in general now, but I mean, let alone the classics that we're playing. So it's like, all right, well, we need to eat, so we need to play all this generic shit. And I'm not backing them up and saying that's a good decision. I think you need to follow your heart or whatever, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks when a classic hip hop station, I'm assuming this Houston hip hop station had like a name for itself, like Boom 92 was a station that a lot of people could look forward to listening to classics, and maybe one of the last, or if not the last, radio station that kept playing these classics, especially Southern classics. And I can imagine that right now, in a time that Southern hip hop is on fire and arguably leading in the sounds that we're hearing in hip hop right now, I can imagine now a lot have turned over to that generic rap. Or maybe you mean generic pop in general. They just turned straight up pop. I'm not sure, actually. I've quit the radio a long time ago. I cannot go back to that shit, man. It is just so horrible. So, but the cool thing is that there's so many people nowadays. It's so easy to make your own, So maybe the person who posted this could, if they have any interest in radio, then they could maybe create their own station and take over that spot. And the thing is just like I said, it's so easy to do anything on your own. So chances are someone will replace that Boom 92 and bring back those classics. And if not, I'm sure you can find somewhere to play the same kind of stuff that they were playing, I guess someone produced For Your Eyes Only. Sorry, I should have read these before I started this. It's been a tiring week, I guess. That's a long post, so I'm not going to make it to that one. And plus, I had no intention on listening to For Your Eyes Only again. Although I didn't mind it, but I'm just kind of done with it. Floyd Mayweather is promoting the Chris Brown vs. Soulja Boy boxing match. I actually watched the video of Soulja Boy talking to Floyd Mayweather, and he said that he was from the same hood as Chris Brown. That was very interesting, but I think he was actually lying about that. It's crazy to see these actual famous legendary fighters like Floyd Mayweather get involved in these fights. It's weird. It's weird seeing that like these rappers are turning into these boxers and stuff. I wonder how many other fights we're going to have. That's really what I'm most curious about. Because I saw another post that said Riff Raff wants to fight 50 Cent. 22 Savage is going to fight 21 Savage, which is like pretty much being hosted by 50 Cent, if you will. Like, how many other fights are we going to see? This could be interesting. But I also feel like it might not even happen. I think this Chris Brown and Soulja Boy one is actually going to happen because there's such a big hype around it. And it's just like, there's just so much pressure on these guys. I don't know. It's fucking weird. It is such a weird time right now that it's like, it's hilarious, but it's also just very weird. I don't know. Chance the Rapper on Instagram, he posted a picture with Childish Gambino and said, Hawaii, then LA, back to work, Roscoe's wetsuit. Hopefully they put out something, because this is a collab that just needs to happen. Looking forward to their work. I mean, Gambino and Chance, they're both some of the best in the music world right now. And I have no doubt about it that they would put out excellent work. I might actually be more excited for their collab than a J. Cole and Kendrick collab, although I am super excited if that is to happen as well. So who knows, man. Rob Stone's Chill Bill goes platinum. Well deserved. It's an excellent fucking song. Excellent song. Amazing song. Super insanely catchy and absolutely deserves it. A great song. Album of the year 2016, Ka, Honor Killed the Samurai. I think this is just a post of someone who reviewed the album and went into great detail of the album. I still haven't fully listened to this album. I'm kind of waiting for, I don't know what I'm waiting for. It just has to be the right moment, you know? It has to be the right time. Because I don't think I'm ready to actually digest this album yet. I watched a lot of reviews on it. I actually watched the Den hip-hop review of it. And I've been hearing a lot of great things, but I don't think I'm ready for it yet. But it is one that I'm keeping in the back of my mind and plan on pulling out when I'm actually down to listen to it. Travis Scott's Antidote, certified 2 times platinum. Again, congratulations to Travis Scott. It's an excellent song. Deserves it. Super insanely catchy. Still a great song when it comes on from time to time. I can get down to it. 50 Cent gets Mike Tyson to agree to train Chris Brown to fight Soulja Boy. This is just like, it's too much, man. It's too much. Again, super interesting. Super interested to see what this brings out of other rappers and this fight itself. But it's just like, come on. It's like, this shit is just hilarious. But at the same time, so stupid. Tyler Creator, ASAP Rocky Freestyle. I talked about that. Coachella lineup announced. I actually have another podcast on that. Currency announces potential Freddie Gibbs collab EP. That would be fucking dope. That would be fucking good, man. The two of them are, like, oppositely the same. You know, they both are heavy weed rappers. But Freddie Gibbs is, like, more gangster, and Currency is just more relaxed, but they come together so well. Super pumped if that happens. That'd be incredible. See, another Soulja Boy apologizes and squashes beef with Chris Brown, Quavo, and Yachty. I don't get this shit, man. I cannot keep up with this shit anymore. I really cannot keep up with this. And then again, the 21 Savage, 22 Savage fight. All this fighting shit is just trending right now. That's all I seem to see on here. So it was a good week and a bad week. Shout out to my boy there, Isaiah G. Getting that post up on the hip hop Reddit. I see you, man. Came a long way. Used to fuck with this guy on Rap Genius, and crazy growth from him, man. Excellent music. Check him out. Isaiah G. Check him out, man. Chicago rapper. Great guy. There's really just nothing else I really want to talk about. Run the Jewels 3 got an 8.6 Best New Music from Pitchfork. Congrats. Young Thug is supporting Drake on his European tour. That is actually pretty good. Although I saw Young Thug at a Mysteryland festival. That's the festival name of it, and he was horrible. Although, in his defense, that's not a festival that really a rapper should be playing at. It was more of an EDM kind of festival, electronic shit, dubstepier shit, house, shit like that. Young Thug had no business being there from the start. So I was actually super excited to see him just because I thought it would be really interesting. But he really had a super horrible set. But again, in his defense, he had no business being there. So him opening up for Drake, that makes a lot more sense. Or supporting Drake, rather. And that should be fucking awesome. But I guess it's only European anyway, so oh well. Alright. Like I said, I'm super tired, and this is there's too much fighting shit going on for me this week. I'm not into all that until I actually see a fight go down, and then we can talk, alright? Other than that, I guess I'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully some more shit goes. Let me know what albums are coming out. How about that? Let me know what albums are dropping that I should be watching out for, because like I said, all I know is Migos and Lupe. And I have no intentions on listening to either of those. Although I'm going to definitely listen to the Lupe. Not so positive about the Migos, but... So yeah, just let me know. I need to review something, man. It's been a while. Alright. Catch you guys next week. Peace.